Good afternoon. This morning when I was driving in, traffic was really bad, and I was getting frustrated, thinking, when will the flying taxis come around and I can be here faster? But then I thought about the day, I thought about the afternoon, and I got excited that after all, the discussion that we are going to have here today, the technologies we are going to talk about, this is what is going to make that vision of the future a reality. We heard on the video, when we connect, we learn, we share, we grow. We are really excited today to connect with you, the leading, the brightest industries, thinkers, researchers, engineers, technologists, and leaders. We are excited to connect with you, to share our vision of the future, but also to advance the discussion on technology, to see how this technology will accelerate intelligence and will shape the world of tomorrow. This afternoon, you will hear many speakers who will present you with inspiration and with a lot of thought-provoking ideas. And ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire Micron team, I'm really excited to welcome you here and thank you for joining us today. I hope that when you leave in the evening today, you will walk away with insights into what is ahead, and more importantly, what we all collectively need to do in terms of really making sure that we get there. On everybody's lips today, the core foundational technologies that are shaping our future, artificial intelligence to neural networks, you can talk about it to anybody today. The foundational techniques and algorithms of artificial intelligence have frankly been around for decades. But they didn't get deployed in the industry because they needed to process a lot of data that needed a lot of compute in order to realize the potential of those technologies faster. Over the course of last several years now, the technology has advanced so that hardware is really becoming the essential disruptor. The hardware, a few years ago, it was all incremental CPU performance gains. Today, the GPUs have thousands of processors that enable processing of thousands of threads in parallel, massive parallel computing. Not only that, you have FPGAs that give you configurability to tailor your hardware to the requirements, to the very requirements of your own workloads. And now even the hyperscalers are looking at their own ASICs in order to fine-tune the applications and fine-tune the performance. So really the world has changed a lot in terms of the performance of the GPUs, the FPGAs, the ASICs, the cores that are really truly enabling a lot of the opportunity of AI, the connectivity, we speak about 5G in the future, that's making all the connections faster, but also memory and storage, which is absolutely critical. Because as the performance increases for the CPUs, it is capable of performing now a lot more data. Artificial intelligence requires processing of a lot of data to fine-tune the insights in order to really deliver actionable results. And Micron's memory and storage is certainly critical in terms of what is needed in terms of realizing the potential of artificial intelligence algorithms. If you think about it, if CPU is the brain, then memory and storage is actually the heart that is needed to realize the potential of artificial intelligence. What all this means is that not only in the data centers of today, but billions of devices that are at the edge, that are really looking at data, gaining insights, translating those insights into intelligence, it is a virtuous cycle. Virtuous cycle in terms of data center providing valuable data to the devices at the edge, devices at the edge getting smarter, having more features in them, to become more intelligent and provide the experiences to the businesses, whether it is the smartphone in your pocket, or it is the autonomous vehicle of the future, or it is a data center delivering great value to the businesses, unleashing new business models. This is what all is needed in terms of the virtual cycle. The virtual cycle of data center, devices at the edge, with the backbone of AI engine, is really what is driving and shaping the future of tomorrow. And this is what we mean by intelligence accelerated. Intelligence accelerated is this virtuous cycle of data center, devices at the edge, and artificial intelligence or algorithms, creating the new world that we never had imagined a few years ago. And data, which is in memory and storage, is very much at the heart of these trends. I want to give you a few examples, and you'll hear a lot more of these later today as well, and you will see them in our downstairs experience zone as well. I took a tour there earlier today, and I can tell you it's very exciting. Just a glimpse into what is coming our way in the future of the technologies. First of all, AI in life. AI in life, let me just give you an example of how floods are impacting more than 200 million lives around the world every year. Google, working with Water Commission in India and utilizing artificial intelligence, has set up an alert system that can give people advance notice of where the flood will be, what will the severity of the flood, and obviously it looks at reams of data from historical events, from rain forecasts, from river levels, from terrain, from elevation, in predicting where the floods will hit and what the severity of those floods will be. So look at this example of everything coming together in terms of CPU compute, which is needed to run all the simulations in real time, in terms of all the connectivity that is needed, absolutely, to really inform all the local people in terms of potential threat of the floods, and of course, all the data that goes into accurate predicting of the trends related to the floods. So this is an example where AI, supported by compute, connectivity, and storage and memory, is absolutely changing lives. In fact, it is saving lives. AI in terms of healthcare, this is really something I think that touches close to all of our hearts. It matters to all of us, to our loved ones as well. And this is an area where perhaps there is the most urgent need in terms of AI algorithms to be applied to solve some of the biggest problems that have been left unsolved since mankind started here. Examples are, and you'll hear again a lot of this later on, you'll see it in the experience zone downstairs as well. Look at Stanford, several thousands, tens of thousands of X-rays analyzed for predicting pneumonia. Basically, in radiology and pathology images, imagine analyzing those images, 3D images as well, bit by bit, to be able to diagnose a medical ailment. Of course, this can be more precise than physicians, and today this technology is already being used in terms of assisting experienced physicians with diagnosis of the diseases. And it's not only about diagnosis of the disease, it's also coming up with the patient treatment plans, as well as managing, you will hear later, precision health, which really avoids your doctor's visits and gives you an opportunity to manage your health on an everyday basis so that you get look-ahead capabilities of any health issues that may be developing. This is really mind-boggling. I mean, it's really, truly making our lives better. It's prolonging our lives, making our lives richer. Great application, once again, where AI and, of course, whether it is around cancer research, or it is diabetes treatment, or it is, of course, identifying pneumonia through tens of thousands of chest x-rays. Data is central. Memory and storage is key here. AI in business. I don't have to tell you that today, every business is absolutely looking at how it can leverage AI in it to really gain greater efficiencies and to drive greater productivity. You'll hear examples of what we are doing at Micron itself in terms of utilizing AI for our own manufacturing at the company. But in terms of business, what the image you are seeing here is vertical farming. So this is vertical farming in urban areas. This is 100 times more efficient than mainland farming, because here you can have plants that are planted inside the buildings where the light, the water, the humidity, the temperature is all controlled for different stages of the plant growth. You have produce that is produced right in the urban centers, eliminating the supply chain, the challenges that happen in transporting your vegetables and fruits. Right there from your urban centers, you can get local produce. And imagine, this does not need any pesticides. This doesn't need any chemicals. This is really driving healthy and very efficient farming. So if you thought that AI could not be used in farming, here is a great example. Actually, there are startups that are already doing this. The message is, all of these trends absolutely require data. Data is at the heart of all of these trends. And this is what has inspired us at Micron, that after all, the memory and storage products and solutions that we make, that's where all of this data resides. That's where all the data that is needed to realize, to unlock the potential of AI, whether it is in business or in healthcare or in any walk of your life, it's really critical that our memory and storage is able to support the needs of those requirements. So our vision statement of Micron is transforming how the world uses information to enrich life. And the examples I shared with you, those really connect with the vision that we have at the company. And I can tell you that the 34,000 plus team members of Micron, they are excited to bring new technologies, new products at large scale with highest quality to go into all of these applications that are fueling our growth here today. Of course, we are looking at the future and driving the technologies of the future, but this is built on the 40-year history of the company. I'm very excited that this month, in fact, just last week, Micron turned 40. And over the course of 40 years, Micron absolutely has driven tremendous technology and product innovation. And with the support of partners like you, with our customers and our supply chain partners, we have been able to grow the company into a $30 billion plus company in fiscal year 18. And this company has been built with tremendous innovation and tremendous tenacity. In fact, in terms of innovation, over the course of 40 years, Micron and the companies that it acquired have contributed approximately 40,000 patents to our industry. This all has come from tremendous amount of capability from our engineers, who today are absolutely focused on continuing to drive our technology and research development efforts to take the company to the next level. When I joined the company about 1.5 years ago, I have to tell you, I was really excited and most excited about the technology portfolio of the company. Having DRAM, having NAND, 3D XPoint, NOR, and future emerging technologies all under one roof is really a powerhouse of a company. And having the capability to manage it, whether at the material research, angstroms of layers deposited or etched, or designing chips, managing microwatts of energy spent in any portion of the circuit, or designing systems and solutions such as DRAM and NAND solutions that go into your mobile phones or into data center applications, or building these products at large volume with the highest quality. Having all of this under one roof, I believe, is unmatched capability in the industry. And we are bringing this to the benefit of all of our partners. We are bringing this to the benefit of all our customers across multitude of industries, building partnerships with them today, and taking it to the next level in terms of working closely with those customers who are really shaping the trends today and understanding their requirements and building our technology and products to meet their needs of the future. These partnerships are extremely important to us. You'll hear from NVIDIA here today, who is an important partner to us in terms of our high-performance DRAM memory. We also have, for major hyperscalers, built customized solutions that leverage our flash as well as DRAM. We work with customers in automotive to bring our flash, DRAM, and NOR solutions to meet their requirements, which you can imagine in automotive. They are requirements that demand highest standards of quality. But these partnerships are key in terms of growing the company. But we also understand that as a company, it's important for us to advance curiosity in the communities around us. And in this regard, Micron Foundation has just launched Advancing Curiosity Grant. And I want to tell you a little bit here about Micron Foundation. It was established in 1999, and the foundation has given more than $100 million since then to the causes that are important to the communities across the globe. In fact, in just last 2 years, this foundation across the globe has given $25 million to support important causes that are important to our team members, that are important for the advancement of humanity across the globe. Today, I'm really proud to say that we are announcing a grant of $1 million through Micron Foundation that will be going toward advancing curiosity in terms of AI applications, as in life, healthcare, and business. First, I would like to invite Dr. Ryan Spittler, Stanford Medicine, who will be receiving a grant of $200,000 to drive AI applications in precision health and integrated diagnostics. I will let Ryan himself tell you a little bit more about it. Ryan, welcome, and thank you.
Well, thank you, Sanjay, for the kind introduction and support. So last year at Stanford, we decided to really try to address an unmet clinical need and to look at the healthy population and how can we keep the healthy population healthy for as long as possible. Now, we did this in the form of creating a new center called FIND, Precision Health and Integrated Diagnostics. And in this center, we're doing this in a number of ways. One way is using wearables and implantables, generating streams of high-volume, continuous data, taking this data, and then applying data analytics to this to create personalized prediction models and also to help with clinical decision-making. We also are looking at the biomarkers to look at the transition from health to disease. So the better we're able to predict disease early, the better outcomes we can expect to have later if we do end up detecting disease. And finally, looking at precision health economics so that we're actually able to deploy these. And with this contribution, we're really looking to expand upon our existing research portfolio and look at the mental health space. Professor Ian Gottlieb from Stanford University is leading a study for mental health to look at a very important adolescent population that is highly susceptible to depression and suicidal ideation. And so what we're doing is we're creating a variety of data streams, looking at wearables, different types of endocrine, immune, different types of markers, as well as fMRI and structural MRI, combining these into a integrated data set that we can then help to try and predict whether that a potential suicidal event may occur or that their general mental health is in good status. So we're hoping that what we'll be able to do with this is to create more of a proactive as opposed to a reactive response and use this to touch a number of lives, first in this population, but then in the population at large as well. And so we'd like to really thank you for this support and look forward to working together in the future.
Thank you, Dr. Spittler. Thank you, Dr. Spittler. And over the course of the last few months, I have come to know this organization, and I think it is amazing work that this organization is doing, and we are very happy to partner with you and really look forward to some of these research studies and results and diagnoses and treatments that truly will change the lives in the years ahead. The second grant is to Berkeley Engineering, and I would like to welcome Dr. Sujay King Liu, who is the Dean of Engineering at UC Berkeley. And we are supporting here the Berkeley Artificial Intelligence Research Lab. Dr. Sujay. Thank you. So I would like Sujay to tell us about the Bear lab at Berkeley, and we are really excited to partner with you as well.
Thank you so much, Sanjay, and to Micron for your generous support. It's really an honor for us to be here to celebrate the launch of this new fund. So we are really thrilled to partner with Micron to support the Berkeley AI or Research Lab, or Bear Lab for short, which is performing cutting-edge research to advance artificial intelligence for the benefit of society. The Bear Lab actually comprises 35 faculty and 150 graduate students who are working in a wide range of areas pertaining to AI, from machine learning to computer vision and AI safety. One of the things that Sanjay has pointed out so nicely for us today is that this technology, which has been enabled by advancements in hardware, is really going to have profound impact on virtually every aspect of life, certainly the industries, but just the way that people live, work, and play. And so with this tremendous influence comes a lot of responsibility. So one of the things I'd like to highlight that we're doing at the Bear Lab at Berkeley is really the human-centric looking at societal implications of the research that we are doing. So I just wanted to give you a couple of examples. One example is Professor Ken Goldberg. He leads an initiative in humans and robots, and this is looking at human-centric automation. So, for example, some of the applications are in surgery and in advanced manufacturing. So that's just one example. Another example that some of you might have seen is Professor Stuart Russell's research on the threat of autonomous weapons, on the safety of society and the long-term relationship of artificial intelligence and humanity. So Professor Russell last year gave a presentation to the United Nations warning of the dangers of autonomous weapons and our responsibility to act quickly to make sure that we ensure global stability. Also at UC Berkeley, the faculty and the students are really careful to make sure that we bring a variety of voices to the table to ensure a good diversity of ideas as we tackle tough problems to benefit the greater good. So as people are making advances in artificial intelligence, we keep in mind that this intelligence should be inclusive intelligence. So today we are really delighted to have Micron's support, and we look forward to seeing the innovations that come out of the Bear Lab and the innovations that come to benefit our global diverse society. So thank you once again, Sanjay and Micron, for your generous support.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. King, and we are proud to partner with Berkeley Artificial Intelligence Research Center. Again, the goal of our grants is to promote research in AI in new ways that will change the world here. Our grants here, the 1,500,000 of those will be announced today, and the remaining 500,000 we will be inviting other leading institutions over the course of next several months in terms of initiating support for them as well. What I would also like to point out is that Micron is a company extremely focused on diversity and inclusion. And as a result, part of this grant will be directed toward those researchers and those organizations that are supporting women as well as underrepresented groups toward advancing, studying research related to AI. The third grant will be announced later on in the sessions today. So today is going to be exciting afternoon. We have an exciting lineup of speakers from Microsoft, Amazon, panelists from NVIDIA, Qualcomm, Verily, Visteon, BMW, as well as luminary speaker at the end, which I think will really enlighten you. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from you, Max Tegmark of MIT. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. And let's get started with the program.